standing in front of my natives planting here in Fremont, California. Directly in front of us is the Southern California red monkey flower. That's one of my favorite mimulus. Bumblebees are digging the poppies that are out front of it over there, as you can see. The purple flower in the center of the screen is one of our native sages. It's the Hummingbird Sage, called Salvia spathiacea. It's a really good native for heart shade areas, for full sun areas. It's got a nice big leaf on it. I really enjoy. Plant's relatively easy to grow here. It's really one of my favorite salvias. It's definitely underutilized and the hummingbirds love it. Now, all the plants you see here in the screen have not received a drop of water since the day they were planted 14 years ago. These plants are here in the Centerville district of Fremont, California, just a few miles from the bay, so our weather tends to be relatively cool in the summertime compared to places like Modesto that are inland. But still, most of these native plants, when they're properly sited in a good habitat where they're comfortable, they really don't require additional irrigation. In fact, right over here, there's a yellow monkey flower, and that one's one of the Fremont native monkey flowers. There it is right there. That one, find it growing up Niles Canyon. You can find it in the Sunol Regional Preserve. A very, very good plant for this region. The silver leaf plant right in front of us is a low-growing, ground-covering California perennial. It's called the Zauschneria californica, or Epilobium californica. That's the California Fuchsia. It's not in its glory at the moment. It will have red flowers all over it later on this summer. This is one of the few natives that really has an extremely attractive summer flower. The lavender flowered daisy that's directly in front of us is one of the California native erigerons. It's called the beach aster. It's a little bit surprising actually that we don't grow more of these. They're really good looking erigerons, I think. Again, this plant has not received a drop of water, and we're verging on the first days of summer here already. Directly behind it is one of the plants that tends to bloom a little better in late winter. That's the Douglas iris, or native California Pacific Coast irises. Really nice evergreen foliage that stands up year-round with a good grassy look to the clump. Starting around February, going through sometimes the month of April, we get all sorts of wonderful iris flowers on top. That one is a purple flowered type, but over to its right I have some white ones. To the left there's some gold ones. It's really a great iris, one of my favorites. No California garden should be without its California buckwheats. The Eriogonum genus contains numerous different species. The one that I have here right in front of us is a sulfur buckwheat. It has bright golden flowers. It's reasonably long bloom season on this one. Maybe we get up to 60 days a year. The plant's exceedingly drought tolerant. Numerous of the native butterflies really like this plant. I enjoy it a lot. It's just a tough little old thing. That one's been there now for at least 12 years. And again, to stress, the plant really doesn't receive any additional water beyond what comes with the rainfall in this area. We all know the orange and yellow California poppies, but Here's one of the white ones, less common, really an attractive flower. They come in a variety of shades. There's even some pink ones, but I really like these white ones. I think they're nice and delicate. California native shrubs that work well in this area are Galvesia speciosa, the island snapdragon bush with the bright red flowers right here in front of us. Out there beyond it, towards the street, is a Ceanothus dark star. That's a really, really nice form of the Ceanothus with a beautiful, tight, small leaf. Has deep indigo blue flowers on it during the wintertime. Closer to us here in the foreground is the Manzanita Howard McMinn, Arctostaphylos Howard McMinn. I like this one a lot. We see it around a bit. They do use it some. Really should be seeing more of it around here, I think. Less boxwood, less privets, more of our native manzanitas. It has the classic, beautiful, bright red manzanita bark underneath the plant. Here's a bit of a peek here at that bright red manzanita bark I was talking about. It really is a knockout. As these plants get older, they will actually grow overhead so you can walk underneath them and really enjoy this bark by stepping right up to it. I'd like to thank you for taking a short tour of some of the selected California natives that we could use in our landscapes. There are many, many other native plants that work really well in California. They're absolutely underutilized. Our yards and gardens may be the last stronghold of their habitats for many of these plants because they've become rather endangered due to agriculture and urban development. So bring a few into the garden and cultivate a corner of the yard in those wonderful California native plants.